How's it going, everyone? This is Jack here with the Commander's Wire, and welcome back to another video. There's been a lot of news coming out over the last couple of days regarding a lot of different topics with the Washington Commanders, and I'm going to compile all of those things in today's video. We have things like free agency, the draft, and even potential new uniforms that the Washington Commanders could be unveiling here in the next couple weeks. But before we get into the video, I really would appreciate it if you guys would go down below, drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to know when I post next. Like I said before, I really do appreciate it, and it lets me know that you guys want more Commanders content just like this. Without further ado, let's get right into today's video. So, there's been a lot of speculation. Leonard McTunsil posted a very mysterious picture on his Instagram story recently. It had a person that was speculated to be Brandon Ayuk of all people. However, after getting some more opinions on it, as well as looking at newer reports on the picture, it seems to be that is Laramie Tunsil's business partner that he has a clothing brand with. They have a very similar build. Brandon Ayuk and Laramie Tunsil's business partner, they look very similar. They have a very similar hairstyle, and you can't really see his face. You only see the back of his head. However, I am fairly certain that is not Brandon Ayuk pictured. It is Laramie Tunsil's business partner. So whoever did report that it was Brandon Ayuk was probably just fishing for more clicks. They did get a lot of people, but I still would believe that Brandon Ayuk is still in the mix of being a future Washington Commander, especially since he has reportedly come out publicly saying that he wants to come to the Washington Commanders once again over the last couple of days. Obviously, we knew this weeks ago. Him and Jaden Daniels, they have a very thorough history with each other. They're best friends outside of the NFL, and obviously you want to play football with your best friends. So Brandon Ayuk and Jaden Daniels have been fairly public on their desire to play with each other with the Washington Commanders. Now, going back to Laramie Tunsil's Instagram stories, he did repost a future draft pick that could possibly be coming to the Washington Commanders right after he posted the speculated Brandon Ayuk picture. However, that is Zachariah Branch, the wide receiver out of Georgia, who was pictured with the clothing of Laramie Tunsil's clothing brand. Obviously, the draft is a little more up in the air when it comes to certain players being picked. The Washington Commanders are definitely not going to be locked in picking Zachariah Branch with one of their draft picks. Obviously, any other team could pick Zachariah Branch before the Commanders even have an opportunity to, so it's not like this is news or anything. However, that connection is very cool to see, as Zachariah Branch is rumored to be about a third-round pick, and the Commanders do have a pick in the third round being at 71, so that could be a chance for the Commanders to pick up a decent receiver in the middle of the third round. Now, next up, this is kind of their big fish. It was reported Mike Evans is most likely returning to football for the 2026 season. He's obviously getting very old. He's been with the Buccaneers for over 10 years now, being their wide receiver one. But coming off of this contract in 2025, he's looking to return to the NFL, and he's open to joining a different team. Could Mike Evans be a Washington Commander? I really don't know. I don't know if I would see a fit with Mike Evans coming to the Washington Commanders. I really could see Mike Evans being a pickup with another team that is officially contending for a Super Bowl. You could think about like the Bills, who really need a solid number one receiver on the outside, or maybe any other team that is looking to add another weapon in the passing game. I don't know if Mike Evans would really fit here in Washington. We already have Terry McLaurin, and we already paid him so much money. I don't know why you would want to bring in Mike Evans to add to Terry McLaurin on the opposite side. He's definitely much older. The Commanders are not really contending for a Super Bowl this year. At least I don't think so. Anything could happen, obviously. We could make a run, just like we did in 2024, but I don't think Mike Evans would really want to come to the Washington Commanders if we're not really looking to win a Super Bowl here in the next year or two. So Mike Evans is a fun idea to think about, with him coming to the Washington Commanders, it being another weapon outside on the opposite side of Terry McLaurin. However, I just don't think it's that realistic on both sides. We're not really looking to add a deep threat like him on the Commander side, and I don't think Mike Evans wants to sign with a team that is not really contending for a Super Bowl in this upcoming year. Next up, finally, it has been officially reported by Zach Cohen. I think he's very high up in the NFL when it comes to the uniforms and the way that teams are presented on the field, and he put out a tweet over the last couple days, I believe, stating everything we know about the upcoming Washington Commanders redesign so far, with new info and info from my report last October. So some of this information he put out a while ago. However, he does have some new information as well. So First off, he starts off with exclusive. Sources tell me a glossy helmet finish will replace the matte. Now, I think the glossy helmets will look amazing with the Washington Commanders. You can go back and see the old Redskins helmets. They will look very similar to that. Obviously, a new logo will be added, but that overall finish with the stripes and the face mask, that is really how the helmets are going to look like. I think the matte helmets looked really cool personally. However, I think the glossy will look just so much better, and I'm a really big fan of this change. He says that the Super Bowl era throwbacks will be the permanent primary jerseys of the Washington Commanders. Now, we already saw the white away jerseys with the Washington Commanders. Now that means they need to add a home jersey. So we'll probably look into seeing a burgundy home jersey as well as maybe some new pants to pair with that. So then we have the new glossy helmets. We'll have the white away jerseys with the burgundy pants to match with it, and then on home games we'll have the burgundy jerseys with either gold pants or the red pants, or potentially even white pants. We'll just have to see. But I'm a really big fan of this. I really like the Super Bowl era jerseys. They really remind me of the Redskins. I really like the Commanders jerseys, the one that we used over the last couple years. However, I'm just a bigger fan of the Redskins jerseys personally, so I'm a really big fan of this change. Next up, he says that is 99% certainty of no new primary logo. So the W is staying, even if you didn't want it to stay. Unfortunately, it is probably going to stay here for the long run. I think that the ownership is really sticking with this Commanders team identity, and they really are not looking into changing the team name back to anything like the Redskins or something like that. So I think the Commanders and the W logo is here to stay. And lastly, they said that there's obvious speculation about alternate uniform details. So right now, the current alternates were the black alternates that we saw. I was a really big fan of them. I think they look really cool. The helmets leave a little more to be desired. I think they're very basic. They just have the numbers on the side with the small W up front. So I think those could see some changes here in the next couple weeks. And then obviously we had the Super Bowl era jerseys that were a away alternate. But those are going to be the new primary. So the only alternate we have really to go off of is the black alternate. Now, in earlier videos, I have put out the potential bring back of the spear logo that has been speculated a lot recently, bringing back the spear logo and making it more Roman-like, ditching the feather altogether and making it look like a old Roman spear. I would be a really big fan of that, and I really want them to bring that spear back and keep it on the black jerseys. You guys saw my earlier video regarding this topic, putting that spear logo on the black helmet. Now, that would replace kind of the side where the numbers were, and I think that would look absolutely amazing. Now, I'm a really big fan of the black jerseys, and I'm a really big fan of the spear logo. I'm just putting those two ideas together, killing two birds with one stone, you could say. I think that those will look amazing here in Washington. So let me know down below. What are your thoughts on the Laramie Tunsil Instagram stories? Do you guys think there's anything there? Was he hinting at anything, or was he just posting something on social media? And on top of that, what do you guys think about Mike Evans? Obviously, he's an amazing receiver, been around the league forever. Do you guys want him to come to Washington? Would you guys be open to that, or would you guys want him to sign with a different team? It'd be fun if he was with the Bills. Personally, I think that he would do great. He can help mentor Keon Coleman over there as a outside kind of big body receiver. And lastly, what do you guys think about these confirmations of the new jerseys? I think that this is going to be a really exciting season as a Commanders fan. We hit an all-time high with Jaden Daniels in his rookie year, then we hit an all-time low going 5-12 and just completely throwing the entire season away. So hopefully we're going to be climbing back up with some new jerseys on the field, and I'm super excited for it. Now, this is the end of today's video. It's kind of a hodgepodge of different news that I've seen over the last couple of days, so I appreciate you guys for bearing with me. If you guys have not already, please go down below, drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to know when I post next. I really do appreciate it, and it lets me know that you guys want more Commanders content just like this. I also hope you guys appreciate the upgraded gear that I've had added to my recording setup. I think it looks great, but let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless, and hail to the Commanders.